Well, he had this big blonde hair, kind of like Peter Frampton, but of course that was before Peter Frampton. But as I said, we thought he looked like a rock star because they all had it then. But the thing that I really liked about him was his clothes. He had these plaid bell-bottom pants and I liked them so much that I made myself a pair and I wore them to school quite a bit.
What I remember most about Mr. Waltz is his, passion and dedication to his students. He loved teaching art. I'm not necessarily someone who's good at art or have a lot of creativity, but I still really enjoyed Mr. Waltz's class because he enjoyed it so much. I could tell he enjoyed working with the students, and he wanted us to do our best, and it was inspiring to make you want to do better as well.
Joe had such just a welcoming classroom. He was, a young teacher at the time. He had a lot of energy, really connected well with the students. And I wasn't particularly artistically gifted, okay? But I never felt out of place in his class. I always felt warm and welcome, and I felt as though he kept like this non-judgmental atmosphere in his class. So he treated everybody the same, whether you were artistically gifted or you weren't, like me. So, I have pleasant memories of being in his classroom and honestly feeling like I wanted to do more in his class because I was encouraged.
Just that he was very encouraging and he treated everybody equally and was very friendly with everybody and was never discouraging, always encouraged us to do our best, and one of the best out of all of us.
The way he spoke to the students, like your opinion mattered, that you were, what you had to say was valuable. He looked directly at you. He never judged me by my predecessors. I had, an older sibling who was gifted in a lot of ways, and he never said, oh, so you're so-and-so's sister, He always judged me for me, and I appreciated that.
Okay, in 1973 or 74, there was an oil embargo, and I was in 9th grade, and we went to school. It was still dark out for several hours, and it was a very strange situation, kind of like COVID is now. The teachers have a lot that they have to do to keep their children calm and feel safe, and Joe did that with us because we'd go to school, it'd be dark, and we'd be sitting in her room, and it'd be dark until mid-morning, really. And Joe was very good about making sure that we felt safe and calm about our days there.
Very caring, loving person.
That he's for everyone. He's empathetic.
I just always tell people Joe is the friendliest man on the planet. He just is the nicest guy and just very down to earth and humble.
Because Joe's, he spent his whole life, serving his community here. He knows the people in the community, he cares about them, he understands their problems, and I know he's going to do what's right for us and what's best for our area.
I'm voting for Joe because he's the right choice, and I look at it as, Joe, if we look at the big picture of things, Joe is just a caring person, and he doesn't look at Democrat or Republican or, rich or poor. I mean, he just looks at the person, and we've seen the climate that we live in nowadays, and I think Joe is really the person that is going to help, with that, and help just make sure that, we're going in the right direction, and everyone is heard, all voices are heard, and that's what we need.
If anybody is going to get the best out of this district, it will be Joe Waltz.
I'm Joe Waltz, and I approve this message.